We're gonna go see Big Hero 6. Yee. We're in the car on the way to see Big Hero 6.
Yep.
Okay, so Kino.
Yes.
I thought of a compromise for you eating a McRib.
Oh god, so Matt wants me to eat a McRib and put it on video for our channel.
He's never had one.
I'm refusing it. I don't want to eat a McRib. I don't think our channel will benefit from me having a reaction video eating a McRib.
You eat a McRib, right?
Right.
I'll eat a Doritos Locos Taco.
And we do this in the same video.
Yes, we'll sit next to each other. You can pick which flavor of Doritos Taco I eat.
Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that in a video. We'll make that happen maybe like tomorrow or something. We'll go buy the shit. So upset with you for this.
Look at it this way, though. I'm gonna have to suffer, too.
Yeah, I know. I hate making a left turn here.
We're here.
We're here.
At the lovely cinema.
Edward Cinema.
I'm excited.
I am too.
I think it's gonna be good.
I've been looking forward to this movie. Like, I've actually really been looking forward to seeing this movie ever since I first saw the previews for it. So, this should actually be really good.
We're not seeing it in 3D, though.
No, fuck this.
Because we're not made of money.
And not everything needs to be 3D.
I remember when I was a kid and we didn't have fancy schmancy 3D and movies were a nickel.
Not really. They weren't really a nickel. They were still expensive when I was a kid. And yeah. So on our way home now, we saw the movie. We probably have a lot of stuff to talk about. I actually have a lot of things to say about the movie.
I have many feels.
I have many feels about the movie as well. So yeah, when we get home, we're definitely gonna have to sit down and really discuss that one. Like, a few things kind of really surprised me. Like, yeah, we're gonna have to kind of sort our thoughts out.
Oh, joy.
Joy.
I have many things to say. I have a lot of feels about this movie.
Oh, me too. Okay. So we just went and saw Big Hero 6, Disney Animation, Pixar, Marvel.
Yeah, you didn't know it was Marvel.
All those awesome people. I didn't know it was Marvel.
It's through a subsidiary. I forget the name specifically which one, but...
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that that was a Marvel property until you told me.
Yeah. Now, my question, though, is how does that fit into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I don't think that fits into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because San Francisco is not a real place.
Which was more like Hong Kong than anything else.
Yeah, so let's do the stuff without spoilers right now. I liked it.
I liked it as well.
I was very, very happy with it. Now, it's actually way happier with it than I thought I would be.
Yeah, I kind of could tell you weren't going into it like as enthused as I was.
Yeah, I mean, it was something I wanted to see. I wanted to see it, but I wasn't like, you know, dying to see it. Like, you brought it up, we should go see it. And I was like, yeah, I want to see that movie.
The animation was very good.
Yes.
Very smooth animation. Good, very good voice cast.
Yes.
Amazing soundtrack. I will admit, amazing soundtrack. The plot was decidedly okay.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that when we get into the actual spoiler-ridden areas here.
I had some issues with the pacing.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of a pacing issue. There was one thing I did really pick up on that struck me. I could kind of see where Square Enix has rubbed off on Disney a little bit. Like, I really kind of caught a few, like, it almost looks like I'm watching something that could be in Kingdom Hearts.
Boo.
No, I mean, you kind of gotta get what I'm saying, though.
I see what you're saying.
Like, I was sitting there, especially during one of the sequences, I'm sitting there going, I really fucking hope that this ends up being a world that is in a Kingdom Hearts game, because this would fit, like, I can see, like, Sora and them in this setting.
Smacking stuff around.
Yeah, especially with some of the visual styles, especially with the way the city was kind of laid out, and the way some of the characters looked. I was like, I think Disney has really been affected by their relationship with Square Enix over the past decade.
Yeah.
I personally encourage everybody to go see this movie. It's a terrific movie. We're probably going to be getting into some spoilers, so future Kino, go ahead and put a little link at the bottom of the video to the time in the video after all the spoilers are over. Okay. If you haven't clicked by now, you're okay with spoilers. Matt still got his gigantic movie soda.
Yeah, that's a medium.
It is. It's a medium, and it's big as your head.
It's a large beverage.
I mean, you kind of get your money's worth, I guess, because those things are expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had plot points you wanted to bring up.
Not so much plot points. I had issues with the pacing. These people meet Hiro once. They immediately love him and are willing to drop whatever the hell they're all doing and go meet him on some random dock somewhere. They immediately allow him to make them super suits with no consideration that he is 13 years old.
14.
14. Oh.
Fred was really the only one that was all about it immediately. Like the other three, it took a little bit of Hiro, swaggering around and building it up for them until...
But then once they were on
Go-Go was finally, yes, we'll do it. He was our best friend. I mean, yeah, I did kind of think that, I agree with you. The fact that he did show up just one time at the university.
And they all loved him.
I mean, granted, Tejada was their best friend.
All of their best friend.
Yeah, all of their best friend. Like, each of them, he was their best friend. He apparently was the most popular nerd in school.
I wish they said their names more. Because it seems like each of the other characters, their names got said, like, all of that one time when they got introduced.
Well, that's actually kind of a realism thing, though. I mean, how often do we really, in conversation, call each other by name?
Good.
Unless we're trying to get each other's attention. Unless we're sitting down here and we're trying to yell to Mick in the other room or something like that. I mean, in conversation, we don't generally say each other's names all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I kind of get that. I would have liked to actually get their real names, though. Like, we got their nicknames, and the fact that those were all nicknames except for Fred, who didn't have one.
I'd like to see where... Because we knew where Wasabi's nickname came from.
Yeah, he's
but we don't know
Wasabi
where any of the other ones came from.
Well...
We never learned what Tadashi's nickname was.
Go-Go, you can tell where Go-Go got her nickname. She was making the speeder bike and all that
what
shit.
the ever-loving hell does Honey Lemon have to do?
Maybe she likes tea.
Oh.
What was really funny was she was decidedly... like, the most generically white character. Like, she was the white valley girl.
Yeah.
But she was the only one pronouncing Hiro's name correctly.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Everybody else was going, Hiro, 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 and she was the one in this Japanese-inspired city who actually had an accent at some times. Like, there was even something else she said. There was a couple of things she said where she had a decidedly Japanese inflection on it. But she was the white valley girl of the group. And like, and Go-Go is obviously supposed to be Asian.
Like the Asian punk doesn't play by your rules.
Yeah, and Go-Go didn't do that at all. And I thought that was kind of weird. And I got a very kind of Sarah Michelle Gellar vibe off of Honey Lemon.
Yeah, I see
I was very much like, did they base her on Sarah Michelle Gellar?
I did like after the story ended, they did that montage of them doing other hero stuff.
Yeah, so it wasn't just like this is their only hero story.
No, they actually stuck with it.
Yeah, they showed stuff.
Left room for
during
sequels.
The credits. Yeah, definitely left room. I like the Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, which you didn't catch.
Which I didn't catch at first. The first time they showed it, I didn't catch it. And then during the coda at the end, after the credits, the actual Stan Lee cameo, the actual cameo from him. Like, so is he already a superhero?
I think that was the joke.
Like, Stan Lee's character, Fred's dad, is already a superhero, so now he's got all kinds of new superhero stuff to give to Fred, and Fred can live out more of his superhero fantasy.
Yeah. There was a lot of references in Fred's room.
Yes.
I noticed, now this is because I've seen them all, he had a lot of the Power Rangers masks. And a lot of the Sentai ones, too.
Yeah, he did have a lot of, like, Super Senpai, memorabilia. I can't talk right now. I'm still salty from the popcorn.
Yeah.
Especially because I had a couple handfuls of popcorn that were just like, I don't know if they were the saltiest areas of the bag.
I want to talk a little bit about our experience before we went into the actual movie.
Okay, wait. I'm not done. There is one thing I did kind of appreciate, because I actually got thrown off. Because I was convinced, as soon as the fire happened,
That it was Cray.
that it was Cray that did it. That Alistair Cray set the fire.
Okay, then
I was convinced, and I was right online. Like, I had a feeling Fred was being the voice of the audience when Fred was like, look, this and this and this, it's Alistair Cray. And I had a feeling, oh, they've got Fred being like the voice of the audience and actually, telling the characters what we've already figured out. And then it was once they were actually watching the teleportation video and the daughter, like, even before the professor came down and, like, was yelling at Cray.
Like, oh, it's not Cray.
Like, as soon as, like, the experiment started going wrong and his logo was on the thing, I was like, you know what? I actually think it's the professor.
See, my feelings, before I saw that, I didn't think it was Cray. I thought it was, Tadashi.
Really?
I thought it was going to be, like, some Racer X kind of thing, like, oh, he survived the fire, but he's horribly burned, and that's why he's got the
mask.
like, the whole Amon from Legend of Korra getup going on.
Yeah.
That's what I first thought when I saw him, like, oh, we're watching Legend of Korra again.
I kind of had a weird feeling, like, in that one battle sequence before Callahan's mask came off. I was in my head going, okay, it's gotta be Callahan because they just gave us the twist. They just gave us the mental twist of, oh shit, we were wrong. It's actually Callahan. And even I was sitting there kind of going, he's turning around way too slowly. Is it actually going to be Tadashi under there? Like,
that's when I was like, I'm going to be right.
But
no,
then why
no,
was...
Okay.
Then the question would have been, obviously, why would he have even had a motivation to become a supervillain?
Revenge on Cray.
Tadashi?
He...
For what?
I don't know. I just figured he...
Revenge on Cray for what?
Because if Callahan died in the fire, and Tadashi was like Callahan's...
And that's true.
Like, Callahan was
That
like the
would've-
father Tadashi
Okay.
never had.
That could have been a reasonable motivation. Also, the other thing I want to mention, and I felt horrible for thinking this, I felt really terrible when this sentence went through my brain. God, Mufasa died early in this movie.
Yeah.
It was like...
They just killed Tadashi off.
Like, we got to know him for, like, I was setting him up to be, like, a main
major
character.
Like, the other member of the thing.
Yeah, and, and then it was, 10 minutes into the movie. And we've got our big character death reason for motivation thing already just right there. We barely got to know you.
I kind of wish the like Metabots subplot that was going on at the beginning of the movie lasted a bit longer with the bot fighting.
Oh, the bot fighting would have been so...
Like the Metabots.
Or if Hero would have decided...
Battle Network.
If Hero would have decided to take Baymax into a robot battle.
Yeah, like, oh, the first guy's fighting actually beats his special one. He takes Baymax in there.
Yeah. I had a feeling he was hustling him, though, in the opening scene.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
in the opening sequence, I was like, this is a hustle.
Where'd he get the money?
Yeah. Especially when that roll came out, I was like, oh, he's hustling him, it's a hustle. That little fucking GoBot is gonna go nuts.
Yeah. Okay, so spoilers are done.
Spoilers are done. Okay, so... Spoilers are done. Future Kino. This is where that link should lead to. Spoilers are done. Let's actually bitch about our theater experience. I need the pillow.
A few amazing things
I
happened.
need the pillow. I'm so...
So we're in line
Oh, outside.
to actually buy our tickets, and there's not in front of us, but two people
Off
in
to
front
the...
of us.
yeah, there was two people in front of us. No, there was
it was
a group. It was a husband and a wife and their dad.
And then in front of them was the person I'm going to talk about. This woman comes up, and she's got about 3 or 4 envelopes, and that's when I was really like, oh, this is going to be amazing to watch. She goes up to the, what would you call her, teller?
Cashier? Ticket seller?
The ticket.
Ticket desk.
Yeah. And the first words I hear from her are, I have a weird question. I'm like, oh, okay. She asked if she could, I didn't hear the actual question, but I heard, I'd like to buy 7 children's tickets. That's when I was like, oh, I hope they're not seeing Big Hero 6.
Yeah, you even said that out loud to me, not loudly enough that they could hear it, but you said it, like, into my face. You were like, oh god, I hope they're not seeing Big Hero 6. And I was like, and I saw the chillins. I saw all
there
the
was like
little
a group of children. I want to know where they were on a Friday at 12:30. I don't know why they weren't at school.
No, we got there about 1, but yeah, why weren't they in fucking school?
Well, I guess it was one of their birthdays, so maybe that's why.
Maybe, yeah.
That or maybe they were just slightly too young for... Well, those kids looked to be like 7 or 8.
Yeah, they looked like they were old enough, but they were the ones that were sitting behind us, yeah?
Yes. Because they were the group that was sat behind us.
And I also loved the fact that, we had a line growing, and there are 4 ticket counters, and only one had a person working. And it's like...
The woman
come on,
behind
open
us
a second one at least.
Even started talking to me about it.
Yeah, I heard you even talking to her like, yeah, that's ridiculous. And I was like, wow, Matsu is so annoyed at this that he's being extroverted for a second. I was like, he's talking to a stranger in the line.
But anyway, we'll get back to these children. They return in our story.
Oh yeah.
We get in and we're debating on what food we want, and we decide what we want to get, and we walk up to the concession stand.
The concession stand, yeah.
And the first words we hear from the concession stand gentleman.
Oh. Hello, would you like to try a hot dog today?
And he had one, sat on top of the register. I don't think you saw it.
I didn't see that.
He had, a wrapped foot, and there was, heat coming off, and I felt it. It was an actual hot dog.
But it was like, hello, would you like to try a hot dog today? And just that sequence of words, in my head, I'm like, would you like to try a hot dog today? Have you ever had a hot dog? They're amazing. They're processed meat, formed into a sausage, and they're on a bun. You should try a hot dog. It was such a generic statement. Not would you like to try one of our specialty...
They were Nathan's hot dogs.
Hot dogs. It was just this generic statement. Would you like to try a hot dog today? You've never had a hot dog, have you? No, they're all the fucking same, unless you're at Wiener Schnitzel and they do different things.
Well, Nathan's hot dog is different from
Nathan hot. Okay,
they were Nathan's.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, those are movie theater hot dogs.
We're on a tangent.
Yeah, we are.
We're on a hot dog based tangent. It happens surprisingly frequently in our lives.
But yeah, and you were kind of surprised at all the shit that this movie theater, this is my local movie theater. Matthew's, he lives in a different city, and he comes here to do videos with us, but he doesn't live here where Mick and I live. So...
That was a fancy theater.
Yeah, you were kind of surprised about our Santa Clarita movie theater.
They didn't check our tickets, ever?
Well, even the ticket counter girl, when she gave me my ticket, it's the one where it's got, the ticket, the 2 parts of the ticket, and then the little coupon on the other side of it, and she just took off the theater copy, so all I had was the customer copy. Yeah, that was all. All I was left was with this. So there was nobody in the theater to actually separate it. Wow, they really trust us,
I
don't
could have
they?
just walked in here.
Yeah, we could have just walked right the fuck in. Nobody would have noticed. But yeah, we've got our concession stand is a full fucking fast food restaurant.
It was nice. We get into the showroom, and we sit down. We're sat down for about 20 seconds.
Oh, something like that.
And I hear it. I hear the sound.
Oh, the children
of little tiny footsteps pitter-pattering.
And I hear them go up behind him oh.
Sit directly behind us, in the row directly behind us.
Directly behind us.
And the child who sat, I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, I couldn't tell, who sat directly behind me, would not shut up.
The entire preview.
And parts of the movie. The kid would not
shut
up.
And it was really funny because he was almost like a caricature of a child.
Yeah.
Like, the way he spoke reminded me of, like, what you hear, like, generic children sound like in TV shows and cartoons and shit.
He sounded
and he's
like
just like,
a
oh, I
child.
don't want to see that one. That movie doesn't look interesting. And then another one came on, he's like, oh, I want to see that one. I want to see... And he didn't sound like, you know... I'm almost making him sound handicapped. No, he wasn't. He just sounded, like, very generically...
He sounded like a child from, like, an early 90s sitcom.
Yeah, like, if you have a scene where the people are in the movie theater and there's an annoying child talking in the movie theater...
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like it was taken straight out of a fucking sitcom. Like, I was like, is he acting? Is this... Are we on TV?
Is this punked?
Like, is this actually going on? Like, this sounds way too staged to just be some random annoying kid. Like, he sounds intentionally annoying. Rat bastard. Oh, let's talk about some of the movies they previewed.
Oh.
SpongeBob.
We're seeing SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water, which I already knew was going to happen at some point. I'd seen the previews before.
We're going to see it.
They previewed SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water, which, yeah, we're going to have to go see that just because we need to make a video about it when we see that. That one, Tomorrowland.
That threw me for a loop. I thought it was going to be Narnia.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, she touched the medallion and she's in a different place. And I'm like, is this a hallucination? And she's actually, like, is she disappearing from the view of the people in the juvie?
Or is this going to be like Sucker
For
Punch?
split seconds? Yeah, it's
Where
like...
she's insane.
It's like when she touches that thing, are they actually watching her disappear and then flicker back into existence? Because why aren't they flipping their shit right now?
Now, then there was the big preview.
Oh, the big one. Oh my
For
god.
the remake of Annie.
Oh my god. And
I didn't know what it was at first.
Oh, I knew it as soon as the preview started.
It started, and I was like, "Oh, this is just another like guy gets child movie." Then I started hearing A Hard Knock Life.
Oh, but even before that, they were playing Tomorrow. When they were showing the kids, they were playing in the background. The sun come out.
Yeah, but the thing is, I
tomorrow.
thought, it's probably gonna be a Disney licensed movie, so they're gonna use
songs
Disney
from the Annie
song.
soundtrack. Yeah, and then they really kind of shoved it in your face that it is a new Annie.
Not a redheaded child.
You know what?
Kind of the opposite of a redheaded child.
I do have really one general statement to make, because a lot of people... There is one reason that a lot of people are going to talk shit about this movie, and you know it's coming.
I know what it's going to be.
You know it's coming. And my only thing... Why the fuck not have a black Annie?
It is Annie with a predominantly African-American cast.
It was like, why not have a black Annie? Who said that Annie had to be Shirley Temple? Like... And that's the thing that everybody's going to bitch about, and it's going to really piss me off when they do.
I did a South Park episode about that.
Oh, yeah, it was the Ginger episode where Annie wasn't being played by an actual Ginger. It was a girl in a redheaded wig.
Yeah.
And they went and, like, basically, like, lynch mobbed her.
Yeah.
Cartman led a lynch mob against her. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, if anybody brings up the ethnicity of the new Annie or whatever, it's like... Why the fuck not have a black Annie? Why not?
And
why not?
The final thing I'd like to talk about before we give...
At least it's not Willow Smith.
Before we give... if that was a Will Smith movie with Willow Smith as Annie, I think it would have been even better, though.
And I'm actually kind of happy with Jamie Foxx.
He hasn't been in it. Django was like the last movie he was in, I think.
No, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I never saw him in Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, he was Electro.
I never saw it.
Oh, yeah, but I thought you knew that he was Electro.
No, I knew the Sinister Six was in it. I didn't know he played Electro.
The Sinister Six is not in it. They're alluded to.
They're alluded to, okay.
But yeah, and Cameron Diaz, good for her actually acting again.
Quote-unquote acting.
After being irrelevant for the past decade.
There's one final thing I'd like to talk about.
Oh, God, the movie Cup.
Before we give not just the cup, the popcorn bag.
The cup, the popcorn bag,
the menu,
probably the Slurpee cups, the menu.
Had this lovely image of T-Swizzle drinking Diet Coke.
Because you can enter, let me read it. You could win a VIP concert experience to meet Taylor at DietCokeRegal.com, and you can pre-buy Taylor's new album at TaylorSwift.com. So the movie theater is doing a sweepstakes in association with Diet Coke, where you can win a VIP concert experience. That's where I'm hung up. VIP concert experience.
Okay, so I'm going to give Big Hero 6 4 Diet Coke drinking Taylor Swifts out of 5.
I was actually trying to figure out what we were going to use as our stars, because I think it should be something different every review. I actually am perfectly in line with you. I also give Big Hero 6 4 Diet Coke drinking Taylor Swifts out of 5.
The reason for 4, really just for me, the pacing. If the pacing were just slightly better.
I do kind of have to agree with you, yeah. That's actually my reasoning too, is that it seemed like I do like it when a movie makes it clear this is the plot, but I feel like we were rushed into the plot.
I feel like we were kind of beat over the head with it a little bit.
Like, there wasn't enough build-up before the plot actually happened. Like, we got a very obvious, hey, this is the plot. But there wasn't enough build-up leading up to it. Like, they really rushed the exposition.
It was like, beginning, tragedy, heroes, surprise, climax,
and I actually wouldn't have minded if they would have made the movie a good 15-20 minutes longer.
Yeah.
And expanded the build-up in the beginning before the thing that leads into the plot, because we're not doing spoilers.
Yeah.
We're done with spoilers. So before the thing that leads us to the plot, I
would like some more writhing action.
Yeah, a little bit more. Let's meet these characters a bit more.
And
let's get used to these people.
Let's see these characters
interact more. Because we were kind of just all of a sudden, oh, well, we're in the actual second act now. The first act was like, if we're looking at this as a 3-act, the first act was extremely short.
The first act was about maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, well, we're on the ride now.
And it was like, okay, now we're act 2. All right.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have minded a good extra 15, 20 minutes at the beginning of the movie just to kind of expand upon what we were learning about these characters.
Yeah.
But that was really the only flaw that I saw in it.
Okay, so yeah. 4 Diet Coke drinking Taylor Swifts out of 5.
Yeah, that is agreed upon between the both of us. Definitely. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else
I don't got much
to discuss. I think every movie that was previewed, every movie in the previews, we are probably going to end up going to see, though. Like, this is the first time where every movie in the previews, I was like,
we need to see for one reason or another.
We got to see that for one reason or another. Just because I think us reviewing SpongeBob SquarePants, A Sponge Out of Water, will be a hilarious video, because I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of shit to say about that movie.
Did you ever see the first SpongeBob movie?
I think I did.
Okay.
I think I did. SpongeBob SquarePants the movie, I think I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was happy with it.
Alright, this has been, You're going to go see Big Hero 6.
Yeah, definitely go see it. It's definitely worth the price of a ticket.
Yeah.
And I definitely would say don't wait for it to come out on video. See it in the theater. It's worth actually seeing it on
It's a good theatrical movie.
Yeah.
Stay after the credits. The credits are a bit long, but there is a little vignette after the credits.
Yeah. So when you watch all of the people walk out, remember that this is a Disney and Marvel movie. So there is a post-credits scene, so stick around for it. We won't tell you what's in it, but stay for it.
Alright, bye.
Like, comment, subscribe. Stay nerdy.